Welcome back to AM Northwest. You know, from movies to social media, there is a big emphasis on appearance, and it can be hard not to compare yourself to others. Here to share ways to shift your thinking about the skin you're in, we welcome the authors of Body Image Inside Out, Deb Schachter and Whitney Otto. Good to have you both with us. First of all, why did you decide to write this book and the two of you together? What was it? What inspired you both?
Well, what originally inspired us was our own negative body image. And we wanted to feel better in our own skin. And that's how we originally developed our strategies that we then shared with our workshop participants, our clients, and then later in this book.
It makes so much sense. So, Deb, let me start with you. One of your top tips is shifting your perspective, how we think about it.
Yeah, I mean, really, we move through the world, I believe, thinking that we and our body image are the same thing. And the reality is that they're actually quite different. Most people think that how we look is our body image. And in fact, there's quite an important distinction. So starting to see that our body image has a lot of information and is holding a lot of our story inside it, and we are not our body image, is a really different way to think about what's happening and how we think about how we look.
Aren't we really kind of programmed from an early age about our body image, what our parents say about our body?
Well, we talk a lot about the idea of mirroring and what kind of mirrors we have in our lives and what they reflect back to us. So there's so many different ways that we take in information, both about how we look or how we should look. So sometimes it can be in family of origin. Certainly, we talk a lot about the idea of family currency, that it might be a value in the family, but it can be so many other places. Sport, as you mentioned, the entertainment industry. There's so many different ways that it can have a power as a currency. So great question.
Whitney, mindful awareness. It's like recognizing when you're experiencing negative body thoughts. I mean, that's really like realizing you have a problem, right?
Well, we like to say noticing without the attitude.
Gotcha.
So very often we talk about these bad body image moments. And when we have the bad body image moments, we tend to just immediately go to, I need to fix myself. I need to go on this plan with diet or exercise. I need to somehow change myself. And we like to challenge that and say, let's just first notice what might be making your body image particularly loud or particularly bad in this moment. And very often when we train ourselves to do that, we can learn lots of information about what makes our bad body image spike in certain situations. And it's the new year. People are going to be going on dates, having job interviews, meeting up with people they hadn't seen in a while. Those are very often things that will make our negative body image spike.
Yeah, absolutely. Deb, talk about, you say, turn your body image inside out.
Yes. So the idea is that there's so many different factors, and that's really what we discovered in our friendship early on, that there were so many different factors that impact how we see ourselves and how we see our bodies. So really thinking about all of the internal experiences, the felt experiences, what we've taken in our lives, our histories, our journeys, our family of origin, our school experiences. There's so many parts of our experience that get housed in our body, and when we use the tools that we've created in this book, you get the chance to literally turn all of that inside out and discover all the information that your body image is actually holding about your story. Because if you think about it, the longest relationship you'll have in your life is with your body.
Oh, for sure. Whitney, I would think that you would need to prepare yourself because there are going to be some bad days where you're not going to feel your best or look your best.
100%. And it's practicing. I was an elite level athlete. I was always practicing. We're always practicing something. The problem is most of us are unconsciously practicing disliking ourselves, planning to fix ourselves. And what we like to ask folks to practice is to turn towards ourselves and get curious. So once you've sort of taken the judgment out, but been mindful and said, oh, what else is going on in this moment that I'm having a negative body image? Then we like to get really really curious. Why might this be challenging for me? What do I think I would have if I nailed the perfect outfit, or if I looked such and such way in this outfit? What am I actually wanting more of? And we can train ourselves to respond differently to our bad body image moments. And we do that. When we do that, we can connect to ourselves versus disconnect from ourselves. We can learn more about ourselves versus being in an unconscious pattern that will go on and on throughout the year and year after year, actually.
Yeah. And Deb, you talk about using jealousy as a teacher and not a tormentor.
Yes, that is one of our favorite topics because so often people feel a lot of shame about the fact that they feel badly about their bodies. So we really like to think about it as Whitney described, as really an opportunity to get curious. So we actually have a whole chapter on jealousy and an exercise where we really invite people to get to know what we call the pedestal person, the people that we see and we have a big feeling about. Because originally, right, we see someone at the gym or at work or even on the street, and we, for a moment there, something happens inside, there's some big charge, and then so quickly it turns into this comparing. So what we like to think is that when we have a strong reaction to someone else, when we envy something in them, it's actually telling us something about us.
Yeah.
And learning how to decode that jealousy can really give us some information that can actually help us get more of what we want if we can separate out, oh, they have the perfect arms or they have the perfect body, to what do we imagine their life is like in that body or with those arms. And that's really what people want, is a felt experience that we imagine that idealized person has.
Yeah, we want to tell our viewers Body Image Inside Out is the name of the book. Deb Schachter and Whitney Otto, thank you both so much. Enlightening for sure. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You bet.
Glad to be here.
We'll be right back with more AM Northwest. Don't go away.